What do you think?
I always love to hear those.
It's got a nice cold around here. I hear nothing about talk about how nice it is in Wilmington. Wilmington sucks as far as I'm concerned. This place is too cold. They ought to move the ocean somewhere else, probably somewhere up around Ohio where I'm from. Because you see, I'm what you call a mighty Yankee. And I'm going to tell you something. A long time ago, our general marched right through this great country that you call God's country that should be moved up around New York, or like I said, over to Ohio. And boy, you better not put your thumbs down to me, because I can see I might break them off. I want y'all just to shut up. I'm Bobby Fulton, known the world over as one of the Fantastics, and they sent me down here in the armpit of the world to wrestle in front of you people. This has got to be the worst night of my life. You people shut your mouths while I'm wrestling. Don't make a noise. I've got a busted eardrum. You need to shut up. That bothers me when people freak out like that. Well, look, you know, years ago I used to have bleach blonde hair, but it's all natural. I still got a head full of hair. I'm down here to whip a guy by the name of Marc who thinks he's something, that he's originally from Wilmington, but I'm going to tell you what, after I get done whipping him, I'll challenge any of you bunch of no-good rebels from the South. I'll take y'all, I'll break you in half, and I'll make you like a Yankee for the night's over with. Don't you play me no music, because I don't need it. I'm here and they know it.
Well, wrestling fans, you're about to see the match between Bobby Fulton and Mean Marc, the one that's with me here.
That's right. This match was our second meeting. Bobby Fulton, apparently, you can tell by the way he's talking, and you'll see at the start of the match, I don't think he learned anything from our first meeting.
I want you to shut your mouth. I told you people I've got a busted eardrum, and when you talk and stuff and everything, I want y'all to shut up. Hey, boy. If you had glasses on, if you didn't have glasses on, I'd come out there and bust you right in the mouth right now.
He's picking on the fans just a little bit.
It's a good thing you got that hand.
It's a good thing he's picking on them, because he's got a match coming up here, I'll tell you.
That's right, because Bobby Fulton apparently didn't learn anything. He apparently didn't learn anything by the fact that I had Ivan Koloff in my corner, who I've already whipped. This is why he was in my corner. And
play this music, you people suck. I don't like you.
Well, Bobby Fulton lets the people of Wilmington, North Carolina here at the New Hanover County Fair know that he doesn't care much for them.
Here you are in Wilmington, North Carolina, where they love you here, Marc. It doesn't matter if you're a good guy, bad guy, or however how you wrestle. They love you in Wilmington.
Exactly. I'll tell you, I've been supposedly the bad guy wrestler come through this town. I got cheered no matter what I did and who I did it to.
The only two, I guess, what they would call the heels in the profession. I remember you coming into an arena and the crowd just going nuts. And I also remember Ole Anderson coming into Legion Stadium one night, and they were cheering him, and he was the heel going against the Rock and Roll Express. And what he did to them that night, the crowd loved it.
Exactly. The Rock and Roll Express has never been famous in this part of the country. This has always been Ric Flair and Ole Anderson territory, to say the least.
Bobby Fulton was telling the crowd a little bit earlier he had a busted eardrum and he didn't like loud music, and I think he ticked everybody off, including the guy that played the music, because he really cranked it up that night right here. And this took place at the JC's County Fair, is that right?
The New Hanover County Fair, that's right. The JC's have nothing to do with the fairs. It's just the New Hanover County Fair.
Okay, it's the New Hanover County Fair. It used to be the JC Fair a long time ago. That's where I got that from. I guess I've been corrected these days.
Yeah, the JC's have nothing whatsoever to do with the fair.
Or maybe they ought to. You know, well, I have to say, Marc, that wasn't a four-letter word.
That's right. I asked the people what they wanted, and they told me. I told them to be careful what they asked for, so this might get it.
You people are too cheap to come into this tent. I'm going to come out there around them rides and we'll whip your butt after I get done whipping this guy. Come on inside this tent. It don't cost you a dime, you bunch of cheapskates. I ain't never seen so many people all my life. Come out here. Hey, you shut your mouth, Marc. You gotta take. Shut up!
He didn't like. Who was that he just hit?
That was ICW Actually, one of the ICW members, Pete Noel, works on the office and promotion end.
He's up in New York working in the ICW office.
Exactly. He's in the promotional end things.
Now, cameraman just a little bit slow that night. And, of course, you got the upper hand on him real quick, and he started crying like a baby, and the referee come in and broke it up.
Exactly. The difference between me and Bobby Fulton on this particular evening is Bobby Fulton, I don't know what he came for, but me and Marc Ashe came for a fight.
Well, the one thing about it is when you're in North Carolina, that's your home state, as far as your living quarters and everything. That's an interesting place because you always put on a show there. And down in the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina area, they love you down there. You hail out of there a little bit. And up in Virginia, they love you. I mean, they love you all over. Down in Georgia, I remember one night I watched you wrestle a Bumblebee on the Georgia Wrestling one night.
Oh yes, Global Wrestling. I wrestled a Bumblebee. I can't remember what his real name, what his name was at that point in time.
I'll never forget that. 1 o'clock in the morning to cut TV on, and there's me and Marc Ashe wrestling a Bumblebee. But you'll take them on, big or small, won't you?
I'll take them on. They get in the ring, that's fine. Just because they need a gimmick doesn't mean me and Marc Ashe needs a ridiculous gimmick to get himself over.
Bobby Fulton dragging his feet a little bit. He realizes right at this moment he bit off a little bit more than he could chew, and then he upset the crowd, and so now here he is in a strange location. Nobody likes him.
Well, the thing you got to realize about Bobby Fulton, for the majority of his career, Bobby Fulton was a fan favorite wrestler. He's used to the crowd cheering for him. So I think when he showed up and the crowd didn't particularly like him, that has just flustered him and thrown his whole game plan off.
Well, he showed up in Marc Ashe's backyard. I mean, good gracious. I mean, when you come to town to wrestle Marc Ashe down around Wilmington, North Carolina, northeastern South Carolina area, let me tell you, you walked into a hornet's nest of Marc Ashe fans.
Exactly. Like I said, Bobby Fulton, I think that when the crowd's not for him, that it does throw his game plan off because all the decades he spent with WCW and the UWF and Mid-South Wrestling, he's used to being cheered.
And they're cheering you on just about everything you do there, a little shoulder block, and of course he bails out, and the crowd loves that. And that's not necessarily a good place for him to be after telling them off.
Well, he's already threatened to whip everybody out there, and now he's out there in the middle of them.
He's telling the referee that you hit him in the face with a closed fist and pulled his tights at the same time. How can you do that?
I don't know, but you got to realize, me and Marc Ashe, he probably did it.
And of course, this particular referee, he believes him. I mean, I don't understand this guy. He says quit pulling his hair and pulling his tights and hitting him with a fist. Now that takes at least three hands. How did you do that?
I don't know how I did it, but Bobby Fulton, like I said, I don't think Bobby Fulton came for the fight that he got in the ring with that night.
Alrighty, Pro Wrestling DVDs.com. That's where you get all the greatest of the Me Marc Ashe tapes.
That's right, ProWrestlingDVDs.com. But don't do videos, just DVDs.
Just DVDs. MarcAshe.com.
Out here in the South, where's that little fat girl just come up to me? Yeah, you little fat girl. Let me tell you something, fat girl. You ain't nothing but a little punk. You're underage. You'd sue me if I hit you. You see? You're nothing but a little fat girl. And you shut your mouth and put your chair around.
And then he falls down getting in the ring.
What happened was off camera there, but what you didn't see, he ran out of the ring, took the microphone away from the ring announcer, and runs his mouth a little bit, threatening one of the fans or telling the fan why he couldn't wrestle him, and then he jumps back in the ring or tries and tripped over the top rope and fell right in the ring. But he got his head back together there, got you in an arm lock, and then it was like he reversed, or you reversed it on him. You pulled his tights and his hair and wiggled. That's what you did.
Yeah, I did all of that at one time, too.
He's trying anything. He's finding a referee to listen to him, I believe, because the referee keeps reprimanding you for this. Oh, you got him good there, because I heard him holler all the way here, and this has been a couple.
Yeah, this has been about 4 years ago. This took place back in October of 1998.
And we can still hear the echo of him screaming from pain from that headlock. All righty, there we go. A little bit of action in the ring there. Tries to get you with an arm drag. You reverse it on him, give him an arm drag, and a good crowd pleaser, and a little Muhammad Ali shuffle there. Looked like coming in from Marc Ashe.
Well, that's the point. See, Bobby Fulton now, he got more of a fight than he was anticipating. What he's doing, as soon as I get the upper hand, he's trying to slow the pace down so he can get me off of my game plan.
And the referee's still listening to him. You're showing him what happened there, and he said you were pulling his hair. Actually, he was a Southern boy. He said he was pulling his hair.
Well, you got to realize now he's up from around Ohio, so he couldn't have been a Southern boy.
Well, he's got one of them Southern Ohio accents. He pulled his hair. Been eating some of that Southern fried chicken while he's been down here in the Carolinas.
He must have. He must have ate too much of it before he showed up this night.
StarProWrestling.com. You can see some free streaming videos there on a regular basis. As a little lull in the action of this match takes place, as the referee tries to sort some things out. And now he wants to shake your hand. Bobby Fulton wants to shake your hand, Mark. What was going through your mind at this particular time?
Well, you got to realize I haven't always been on the side of the fence where everybody liked me. Right? Of course, I'm still a dirty player, but the bottom line is, I'm trying to think, is he pulling one of my old tricks here, and he's trying to get me with one of my own games here, or what? Where does he want to? Or does he, want to start over and fight clean?
Well, we just found out that he didn't want to shake your hand. He wanted to break your nose. That's what he wanted to do.
Exactly. He wanted his upper hand. It comes back down to the Marc philosophy. Don't give me an opening, because I'm going to take it.
Well, great day in the morning. Good elbow as he came off, as he slung you off the rope there. He had an opportunity for a good submission hold there, but he bypassed it by trying to show his strength, which was a mistake because you were in good shape that particular year, Mark.
Exactly. And here Trey I almost missed my hip toss. He's reaching in his tights.
He's got something. He's got something. He just pulled out of his tights. Was that a foreign object?
I don't know. It might have been a domestic object made in America. I didn't really get a chance to read where it was from when he was smacking upside the head with it.
Well, the one thing, you still got it in his hand. One thing we do know, it is an illegal object in the ring under the rules of this match.
Well, it's definitely a violation of the rules. I don't know how illegal it is because there were cops on hands and he wasn't arrested. But it's definitely a violation of the rules of a wrestling match, and the referees allowed it to go on.
Oh, and then he crammed your head right into the ring post. Oh, check this out.
Well, there was a strut made by him. He was having a fantastic. Back in the early 80s, there was a strut that they made famous. Thought we were about to see it right there.
He's got to beat you first.
Well, you'd think so. But of course, at this point, he probably thinks he's got it's all over but the crying at this point.
But I did notice one thing. While you were out, he turned around, broke the strut, turned around because he realized not to turn his back on you.
Exactly. Because like I said, this is the first time he's been in the ring with.
I don't know what he had in his hand, whether it's legal, domestic, foreign, or whatever, but he just hit you again with it outside the ring there.
All right, there we go. Into the bleachers.
He just crammed your head into the bleachers. How's that feel?
Well, I don't feel too good. Neither is that object right there that's just jamming in the top of my head right now.
And, of course, the referee can't see it. He's going out there to see if you were pulling his tights.
Bobby Fulton screaming for a microphone at this point.
Give me a microphone. Give me a microphone. And the referee said give him one.
Hey, I'm going to beat you up, Mark. Don't come back in here.
He said he beat you up.
He said if I come back in there, he was going to beat me up. And, that's a good way to keep me out of the ring, I take it.
Well, good shoulder into the midsection. Here we have a sunset flip. 1, 2. You almost got him, but he was a little fresher than you were at that moment, I do believe.
He was a little fresher, and I think he thought he was going to intimidate me not to stay out the ring. But there's that dreaded nerve hold that he's picked up from somewhere.
And that hurts, doesn't it?
Well, it don't feel good. It kind of gets on your nerves, to say the least.
That's why they call it a nerve hold. It gets on your nerves, puts a lot of stress on the body parts. Huh?
Exactly. But I took my stress tab that morning, and I'm going to fight out of this.
StarProWrestling.com is where you can find all the ICW action, fans. And right now you're watching the DVD of the best of Mean Mark Ash.
It's definitely a compilation, Volume 1, because I promise you, 14 years, I'm not hanging it up anytime soon. There'll be a Volume 2 coming out.
There's a good fist to the midsection, one to his face, and actually to the top of his head. And the referee's counting. At least he's not accusing you of pulling the tights or his hair. There goes that famous foot to the face move you got.
Yeah, I think he was trying to kick a field goal at that point.
Oh, 1, 2. Bobby Fulton thought he had you. If he'd have hooked the leg, he might have had you there, but he didn't hook the leg. Now he's come up and got you in a chin lock. But what goes on here, people don't know you as well. You have a very strong upper body, and your neck is really strong, and you're actually catching your breath when they got this hold on you. Is that right?
Exactly. He thought a snap suplex into that chin lock there is going to take me out. He's got a long way to go.
Because you've been taking those for 14 years.
Exactly. But that foot to the gut when you're coming off the ropes, you just not much you can do about that.
There wasn't a whole lot of room for you to breathe. You might have been breathing out about the time he got you. Also, there was that object again, whatever it was. He's got his foot on the rope. Referee's counting, and referee counted the 2. He couldn't cheat and beat you.
Well, that's the point. Bobby Fulton, you know, I was in great shape, and the title's on the line too. When the title's on the line, it makes a big difference how hard you fight, because you can't afford to lose. If you lose, you lose the title.
There you go, whip into the corner, big foot to the face. That's got to hurt with all your body weight coming in, and all of a sudden there's just a big number 12 sitting there.
Oh, exactly. It don't feel good. That's for darn sure.
He's saying it's all over right now. Oh, I don't know what that is, but
I don't know what that's supposed to be either, but
that's John Revolting is what that is. That's John Revolting on Sunday Morning Fever, I guess.
Well, what he did is he tried to suplex, he got blocked, and he got suplexed.
There you go. Both of you a little bit worn at this particular point in the match. There's missed elbow drop.
He's a little bit fresher than I am right now, because he's been on top for the last few minutes or so.
Well, he is a good wrestler. I mean, the man has been to the top. There's no doubt about that. He's a good wrestler, and he's a good competitor, and he may be back in the area again someday, too.
That's very true. He's still around out there every once in a while. And of course, his head's about to be introduced to the ring post.
And of course, I really do feel like he thinks he owes you something.
Well, he does. Now, I don't know if the camera can follow this, because you see that the right speakers and stuff are there. But
even if the cameraman could not go, like I say, you see these videos from the fans' viewpoint. A lot of these videos are actually taken by fans in the different arenas and places around North Carolina, South Carolina, and what you see is what they're able to get to. There are a big stack of speakers, so even if he was able to turn the camera, you probably wouldn't have been able to see the action there. I don't know what you done to him, but he didn't want no more of it.
Well, actually, I introduced his head to the ring bell. You could have heard the bell rings a couple minutes ago.
That's what that ring was.
Exactly. Say I rang his bell, so to speak.
Okay, here we go. He's trying to get out because he knew what was coming. See, the crowd's showing the referee how to count. And there's a sinus opener that you're famous for.
Oh, yeah, some head to the turnbuckles there. Hard chop. And
he got his attention now. Oh, there he goes again. No. Grab his ear like your mom used to there.
Exactly. Of course, he gets that foot to the gut.
There you go. He's on the ropes. Oh, referee caught him. He's on the ropes there.
But he thinks he's won.
He said, no, your foot's on the rope. You did not win. Don't turn your back on Mark Ash. And you're about to find out why. There's the ash kicker. And this match is over with the winner being the mean one himself, Mean Mark Ash. You're watching the best of Mean Mark Ash, wrestling, independent wrestling at its very, very best. You can find free streaming video at starpro.com. You can visit Mark Ash's website, which is markash.com, or you can order DVDs direct at Star.